He drank blood, or so the legends say. But the truth behind the myth is far more complex and terrifying. Vlad the Impaler, also known as Vlad Dracula, was a 15th century ruler of Wallachia, a region in modern-day Romania. His reign was marked by a brutal campaign of terror and violence. He impaled tens of thousands and ruled with such terror his name became immortal. His preferred method of execution was impalement, a gruesome and agonizing way to die. But who was the real Dracula? Forget the Hollywood vampire with his fangs and capes. The real story is rooted in history and bloodshed. The truth is far more brutal. Vlad's reign was a dark chapter in the history of Eastern Europe, filled with war, betrayal, and unimaginable cruelty. This is the chilling story of Vlad the Impaler, the man who inspired a monster. His legacy is a haunting reminder of the depths of human cruelty and the thin line between hero and villain. The 1400s were a brutal time in Eastern Europe. Empires clashed, traitors were everywhere, and death came quickly. The land was a patchwork of warring states, each vying for power and survival. The Ottoman Empire was expanding, and the Kingdom of Hungary was trying to hold its ground. Amidst this chaos, the people lived in constant fear of invasions, raids, and the ever-present threat of betrayal. In the midst of it all was Wallachia, a small principality in modern-day Romania. Nestled between the Carpathian Mountains and the Danube River, Wallachia was a land of strategic importance. It was a buffer zone, a frontier that both the Ottomans and the Hungarians wanted to control. The people of Wallachia were hardy and resilient, shaped by the harsh realities of their environment and the constant threat of war. And from this blood-soaked land rose a prince named Vlad III. Born into a noble family, Vlad was no stranger to the brutal politics of the time. His father, Vlad Dracula, was a member of the Order of the Dragon, a chivalric order dedicated to fighting the Ottoman Turks. Young Vlad was sent as a hostage to the Ottoman court, where he learned the art of war and the ruthless tactics that would later define his reign. Later known as Vlad the Impaler, his preferred method of punishment was impalement, a gruesome and terrifying practice that earned him his infamous nickname. Vlad's reign was marked by a relentless campaign to consolidate power and defend Wallachia from its enemies. His legacy is a complex tapestry of heroism and horror, a testament to the brutal era in which he lived. Vlad wasn't born a monster. As a child, he was held hostage by the Ottoman Empire alongside his brother. There he learned politics, warfare, and cruelty. When he returned to claim his throne, he brought with him a thirst for vengeance. Vlad became ruler of Wallachia in 1456. Almost immediately he began a campaign of terror. His favorite method of execution, impaling. Victims were skewered on massive wooden stakes alive and left to die slowly. He impaled thousands, nobles, enemies, even thieves. When the Ottomans sent an army to stop him, Vlad didn't flinch. Instead, he left them a gift, a forest of 20,000 impaled corpses lining the road to his capital. The Ottoman commander turned around without a fight. To some, Vlad was a defender of Christianity, a hero who fought off invaders. To others, he was a bloodthirsty tyrant. The truth, he was both. Ruthless against his enemies, but effective. Crime in Wallachia dropped to almost zero under his rule, but the cost? Unimaginable cruelty. Vlad's legend grew after his death. Stories of his cruelty spread across Europe. Then, in 1897, author Bram Stoker borrowed his name for a new kind of monster, Count Dracula, the vampire. But the real Vlad didn't drink blood. He used fear as his weapon, and it worked. Vlad was eventually betrayed and killed, likely by his own nobles. His head was sent to the Ottomans as a trophy. But his legacy lived on, not just in books or films, but in the blood-stained pages of real history. Vlad the Impaler ruled through terror and became legend. But legends evolve. Over centuries, the stories of his brutal reign have been told and retold, each time adding new layers of fear and fascination. His name, once whispered in dread, now echoes through the annals of history as a symbol of ruthless power and dark mystique. His name became a myth that transcended borders and generations, morphing into the infamous Dracula, the vampire lord. This transformation from a historical figure to a creature of the night is a testament to the human imagination and our fascination with the macabre. And his myth became a monster that has inspired countless tales, movies, and nightmares. The image of Vlad as Dracula has become so ingrained in popular culture that it often overshadows the real man behind the legend, behind the vampire, behind the horror. There was a man, a ruler who fought for his land using fear as his weapon. His methods were brutal, but in his mind, they were necessary to protect his people and maintain order in a time of chaos. And his story is darker than fiction. The real Vlad was a complex figure, a mix of hero and villain whose actions were shaped by the turbulent times he lived in. His legacy is a dark tapestry woven with threads of history, myth, and horror. Subscribe to Chronicles Unveiled for more hidden histories, legendary rulers, and the untold stories that lie beneath the surface of well-known myths. Dive deep into the past and uncover the truths that have been shrouded in mystery for centuries and the truth behind terrifying myths. Join us as we explore the shadows of history and bring to light the stories that have shaped our world.